No clickbait. As you can see the videos on the screen, we'll play the story. Quick message. If you are the black sheep of the family or you're currently having issues with family, I will urge you to stand to the end. However, if you don't want to stand to the end and you just want to watch the story and leave, it's cool. The only thing I ask you to do is hit that like button before you leave. Just please hit the like button before you leave. And as always, I'm greatly appreciative of my day ones and my constant supporters that always hit the like button out the gate. Y'all the real MVPs. Go ahead and hit that like button. Now let's get into this tragic story.
Mercedes Iverson Carter was born on March 27, 1990, in Atlanta, Georgia. She started her journey in sports at a young age, quickly realizing her passion and talent for basketball. Growing up, she was adored by her family as well as friends, and continued to hone her basketball skills to the point of receiving a scholarship to the University of Georgia. Excelling at the sport in college and leading her team to numerous victories, she earned accolades for her performance. Her college career was marked by groundbreaking achievements, including being named an All-American and breaking multiple records. This success paved the way for her entry into professional basketball, where she quickly made a name for herself in the league. With her unique playing style and charismatic personality, Mercedes captured the hearts of fans across the nation. While in her late 20s, Mercedes met Norbert Carter. Norbert was described as a beacon of strength and motivation in the lives of others. He was a jokester and loved making those around him laugh. After discovering that Mercedes was pregnant with his baby girl, Norbert was elated. During the summer of 2023, Mercedes and her brother Jason had been feuding for unknown reasons. Things intensified between Mercedes and Jason after Jason's son called his aunt Mercedes and said Jason was abusive, and the children did not feel safe.
Okay, quick pause. Listen, sometimes you can't underestimate your sibling if your sibling is somebody that you're having issues with. Sometimes people have the same mother, same daddy, and they like night and day. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it or you have it. So don't ever assume how far they'll take it just because y'all got the same mama, same daddy. And if you're going through mental health issues and someone wants to take your kids off of your hand, let them. Because you know if you're going through mental health issues, anything can poke you and make you aggressive. Maybe you're not even an aggressive person. It's just all of the stuff compounding on you and life is not going well. So any little thing will provoke you to, act out. So you probably should limit your time around kids until you get yourself back together or what have you. But we'll get into more of that later.
Mercedes went to the house, picked the children up and drove them to her house, Parma, Ohio. Jason ultimately called Parma police and asked them to retrieve his children. Officers called the children's mother, and she informed them that she wanted them to remain with Mercedes. Months later, during a family Labor Day picnic at Stafford Park, Jason killed his pregnant sister Mercedes, as well as her husband Norbert, and grazed his 13-year-old son with a bullet. During the picnic, Jason showed up unexpectedly and began arguing with his mother Ivy. Mercedes and Norbert got there a short time later to drop a stroller off for her mother Ivy, and
okay, we're going to pause one quick second again. Listen, if you're having issues with someone in the family, because most people don't think, most people just do what they want to do and then they go by tradition. So they want everybody to get along. But if you're having issues with somebody in the family and you know they're going through a lot and you know they kind of cuckoo, don't show up nowhere where they're going to be. You got to cancel family events and everything. If you think they're going to be there, do not show up. If it's a chance that they're going to be there, do not show up because, again, you don't know how long they've been harboring this hate. You don't know how much they hate you, especially if your life going well and theirs isn't going well. You just don't know. So it's best for you not to show up. And I know your family will try to push you to showing up, but it's best that you don't. But we'll get into more of that later.
Jason immediately began trying to fight Mercedes and Norbert. Ivy took Jason's two younger children into her car, and Mercedes, Norbert and the 13-year-old boy got into their car. Jason stood in front of his sister's car pounding on the hood, and blocked her from leaving. Mercedes then sped around him and tried to drive out of the park, but Jason eventually caught up with them. He raised his semi-automatic pistol and pulled the trigger, sending a bullet smashing through the car's back window. The bullet grazed his son's upper lip on its way into the back of Mercedes' neck. She and her unborn child were pronounced dead. Norbert bailed from the car and ran to a bathroom stall, seeking shelter. Children played in two inflatable bounce houses about 50 feet from the bathroom's door. Surveillance video from the park captured Iverson running into the bathroom after Norbert with a gun in his hand. Jason shot Norbert a dozen times in the chest and head. Jason then walked out of the bathroom and out of the park. Police arrested him a short distance from the park. Jason ended 3 lives when he fatally shot his pregnant sister and her husband at a Labor Day picnic. Mercedes was 7 months pregnant with a girl that she was going to name Ava.
We're following through on a heartbreaking Labor Day tragedy.
That type of stuff shouldn't be happening, especially on a holiday. It just ain't making no sense.
News 5 was there 7 days ago after police say a man opened fire on his pregnant sister and his brother-in-law.
She unfortunately died, as well as the baby. He also shot a 31-year-old male who also died.
Tonight we speak to the mother of the victim and the man police say shot her.
Nothing would have ever made me think that it would have gone that far.
It is a tragic story we're staying on top of. That mother tells News 5 anchor DeLon Dillard she is still in shock after what happened at Stafford Park in Maple Heights 1 week ago.
All siblings, as you can imagine, have disagreements, but this mother tells me she never would have imagined a disagreement would turn deadly like this.
I know the average person would watch and say, how are you so calm in this situation?
I put my trust and faith in God.
And faith is surely what has kept Cynthia Ivey going these past 7 days.
I really can't deal with my son right now. I'm struggling to deal with my daughter. I'm struggling to keep my sanity right now.
Just 1 week ago, police say Ivey's son, Jason Iverson, shot and killed Mercedes Iverson and Norbert Carter during a church picnic at Stafford Park in Maple Heights. The victims, who were married, were Jason's older sister and brother-in-law. I'm told they were about to celebrate their 1-year anniversary in October, and Mercedes was pregnant. They were expecting a baby girl they planned to name Ava.
She had a lot of friends. The family loved her. She was very outgoing.
Ivy tells me Jason and Mercedes had been feuding for a while. They all ended up at the park on Labor Day, and that's when Jason tried to fight the couple. Police say Jason then shot his sister and brother-in-law, and a 13-year-old boy was also grazed by a bullet.
Siblings have squabbles. They have disagreements. Nothing would have ever made me think that it would have gone that far.
Okay, we're gonna pause right there real quick. She's right. People do have disagreements and stuff like that, but the disagreement is cool, but it's the actions behind the disagreement. Like, what are they saying? Are they trying to pull you down? Are they trying to recruit other people to make them hate you? You got to listen to them, their actions and those hateful comments. Now, if y'all just get into it and it just, y'all get into it, y'all just don't agree, little argument, cool. But you got to watch what they're saying in those arguments. And again, trying to recruit other people to dirty up your name. It's the action that follows. Those things, they saying how they really feel. They just needed the right opportunity. But we'll get into that later.
Your son had never gotten violent like this in the past.
Not to this extent.
Maple Heights Mayor and Safety Director Annette Blackwell was also at the park when the shooting happened.
After we kind of caught our breath, we began to pray. They asked me to join them in circle. We encircled those as many as we could fit into the pavilion and went around and just began to pray, because you can imagine just the shock.
And as you can imagine, this mother is also left in shock.
Like I said, my kids grew up in church. And, he talked to a couple of people, he hugged them and whatever, and they were just horrified at what happened next, because they never would have thought that, something like that would happen.
DeLon Dillard, News 5.
Jason was sentenced to life in prison without parole for 3 counts of aggravated murder plus 8 to 12 years for felonious assault. Before being sentenced, Jason's words were, "I destroyed a whole family that day," Jason said before learning his sentence. "I deserve whatever punishment is coming toward me."
Heights will spend the rest of his life in prison without parole. Jason Iverson pleaded guilty to their murders earlier this month. Danielle Wiggins was in court when the sentence was handed down, and Danielle, I know it was an emotional day.
Yes, it was, Matt. Those who loved both Norbert Carter and his wife Mercedes Iverson were in tears as they tried to understand why Jason Iverson would murder members of his own family. Prosecutors say a family feud led up to the Labor Day shooting at a park in Maple Heights. And in court today, family members wore shirts honoring Carter, who was just 31 years old when he was murdered just after Iverson shot and killed his own sister, who was 30 years old. Mercedes Iverson was 7 months pregnant at the time. The child, a girl the couple planned to name Ava, did not survive. Carter's mother telling Iverson she can't bring herself to forgive him.
When I wake up tired, I know it's because of the energy I spent hating you. I know I will be forever tired because I will forever hate you. No, I don't forgive you.
Iverson's defense team says his mental health deteriorated over the summer and something triggered him to commit the crimes. Iverson himself admitted that he didn't have a good explanation for why he shot and killed his own family members. Iverson did apologize to both his family and Carter's family before the judge sentenced him to life in prison without parole for each of the 3 aggravated murder charges. And Matt Iverson was also sentenced to an additional 8 to 12 years for shooting his own 13-year-old son during the incident.
You feel for this family that has been through so much. Danielle, thanks.
Jason Iverson's son said that he lives with guilt because the bullet that struck his aunt was meant for him. The boy, who is now 14, cried as he buried his head in his arms folded before him on a courtroom lectern. I can't sit here and hate you for the rest of my life. That's too much to weigh upon myself, he said to his father, who was crying in handcuffs at a table behind him. But I also know I can't sit here and forgive you. In memory of Carter, his family has created the Norbert Carter III Scholarship for seniors this year at Warrensville Heights High School.
All right. Like the video if you have not liked the video. Tough story, man. Tough story. Condolences to the family. My prayer goes out to both mothers. One seems to be handling it better. Well, displaying. We don't know what she's feeling internally, but she's displaying that she's handling it better than the other one. The other one, Norbert's mom, I pray deeply for you. I pray that you're able to get through this. And I pray for comfort and peace for you. I pray for comfort and peace for Mercedes' mother too. As it's like she lost 2 children, one in prison, he ain't no good in there, and then the other one is deceased, and then it happened by the other one. It just must be ripping her apart. So, I pray that you're able to get through it some type of way. Also for his son, my prayer goes out to you, and understand, young man, if you see this, forgiveness doesn't have anything to do with him. A lot of people think that when you forgive somebody, you got to talk back to them. Nah, you can forgive somebody and don't talk back to them. Forgiveness is basically you freeing yourself from it. So you moving past it or whatnot, and you're not having much feelings about it. And then, you just basically letting it go. But that don't mean you're going to talk back to him, but that's what a lot of people think. So just work on yourself, get yourself some counseling and therapy if you need to. I know it has to be tough though. But it's your choice if you want to ever talk back to him again. I leave that up to you. I won't say what I do, but I leave that up to you. And condolences to all their family and friends and all their loved ones. Like the video if you have not liked the video. Now let's get into it. Brother killed sister. Y'all got to understand that a lot of times when you're happy in life, people don't like that, especially when they're not happy and things aren't going their way. So y'all think Norbert walking over there, everybody dapping him up, everybody showing him love, he making people laugh, he cracking jokes, and like his family say he was a beacon of light. Then Mercedes comes along, everybody know her, everybody like her. She the gifted. To him, she's the gifted one. Everybody loving him. And then he's sitting back and ain't nobody really acknowledging him like that. He just sitting over there pissed. You think he likes that as a hater? More than likely he doesn't. That's why I said earlier, when they come to these family events, if you know you got somebody that really hates you, that's gonna be there, hey, don't go. And your family will try to set you up too. They'll try to force y'all to talk. And then if that don't work, then they'll try to have something and then invite the other person so y'all can sit down and talk. But they don't know what this other person probably has done to you and the hate that they're harboring in their heart and how they really feel about you, because the other person isn't telling them that. And sometimes family don't even want to hear. They just want y'all to talk. And then if something happens, like they end up killing you or something, then they're just, oh man, we didn't know. So it's up to you to protect yourself. Don't let them force you back into a situation where the other person really could hurt you. Don't let them do that. Because again, if you are the one that's gifted and you are the one that's strong, most of the time they're gonna side with the other person, because they feel like, okay, that you can get through anything. So, and the other person, they'll feel like they're just weaker, so they need to just side with them. And then you don't know, some of them family members may hate you too. If you building in your life and you got a lot of good stuff going on, they might start to hate you too. They'll be like, who? Because they didn't make it, especially if they older. They didn't make it as far as you made it. So they may start to look at you a certain type of way. So you just have to be careful, use your discernment. And if you got a crazy family member, I don't care if it's baby mama, baby daddy, adult child, I do not care. If you know they are crazy, you need to probably not be around them. You don't know how far they will take it. And I'm telling you, the only thing your family gonna say is, oh, I didn't know they were gonna do that. You shouldn't have done that. That's it. But you won't be here no more to see anything. So you just really have to protect yourself. And if you're going through mental health issues, understand. Well, let me say this. Another thing about a lot of these people is it's everybody else's fault. It's never their fault. They go blaming everybody else on why their situation is screwed up, and they put themselves there. And a lot of times people enable them. But if you're going through mental health issues, it's probably something you did, series of choices. You got to fight your way out of it. Don't blame other people. Fight yourself out of it. And if you have people that's willing to take your kids during these moments, leave them kids over there with them. Trust me. Especially if it's a better environment, you need to get yourself together. So you need all the time you can get to fight up out this hole and fight up out this funk. And lastly, I'm going to say, keep building. If you're building, keep building. Don't let nobody else talk you out of succeeding, because a lot of people are insecure, especially where you come from and your family. They're insecure because they haven't made it to where you made it, and they can't understand how you were able to make it there. So what you got to do is you got to keep building, and don't let anybody knock you off track. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty about building or anything like that. Because they will try to guilt trip you. And understand that everybody will not be happy for your success. Put yourself around people that are. Sometimes you got to create your own little families with your friends. Your friends that's on what you own, that's happy for you, they become your family. Blood just make you related. Sometimes those people will really hurt you, and they do not want to see you well. They are insecure. They make crazy comments about how you done changed, and how you different and how you think you better than them, and you think you all that because you drive this type of car, you stay in this house. What's wrong with that? The last car you had? What's wrong with the last car you had? I mean, the last house you had. But you just want to level up, and they don't like it because they can't. So you got to do what's best for you, and don't let anybody knock you off track. And don't try to control people, because we barely can control ourselves. On that note, that's what I have for you. Like the video if you have not liked the video. I would love to hear your comments and what you think about the story. Also, if I missed anything that can help anyone, drop it in the comment section. It doesn't matter if it comes from me or if it comes from you. It's just about helping people on this channel. Subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when the videos drop. Also, share the video if you know some people that can benefit from it. I greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, go back and watch some of the old ones. Comment on those, like those as well. I appreciate all the love and support. Like the video again if you haven't done so. You all be blessed. I am out.